God has made this day, and we must be glad and rejoice in it. Here is Match TV, and if today is your first time of tuning in, then don't go anywhere, because here on this channel we educate you, we entertain you, and a lot more. This program is Health Cycle here on Match TV. Thank you so much for your time. I will encourage you that you like, you comment, you share. You can follow us on all social media handles. On Facebook, as you are watching right now, it's Match TV. On YouTube, it's Match TV GH. On Instagram, it's Match TV. Twitter, it's Match TV. And other social media handles is all Match TV. Thank you once more for watching. Yeah, of course you are wondering, you can see a very beautiful lady to my left, and we are so happy to have her today. The long-waiting Health Cycle on Match TV is here, and we thank God, we thank God. I can see that you are really in a hurry to know her, right? What that's over. Someone said you're all friend, and yes, why just all blankets, all blankets, I dare say. Then any day, Dick, I will share in the onion baby. Back when you're between us, for a down for non for now, no so friend, and down for beer, friend number 4. Ye be shan dear, and now your topic, you know. So when you name the out there, and so my introduce me gets now. My man is an example. Remember a gist of it. I'll just give you a gist of it. I wouldn't give you the full one until I'm done introducing her. You are in a hurry to know her, right? Wow. She's a nurse, you know. Oh, it's a nurse, no. I'm going to do studios and 9 years old. As Anna, nurse, and HSA, a medical jargon, some quan, I ever betten in 90. Who there's a own TB that dear, and come at the Atana, neighbor, you know, be she and dear. From our downfall. No, some friend are downfall, and they be she and dear about, yeah, bath any years. Maybe who was stage B. What about be says say your stage, you know, you're from Abiana, yes, sir, and you're from Tudian Cobabia. I'm introducing my guests. You are welcome, my sister.
Thank you.
We are so happy to have you. In fact, you are looking. Hey, you want your fur off, and you, but your person who need you, your friend, Mrs. Mrs. Sawyer Marshall. Maybe I will crash you on her. I'm sorry, she's out of the market. Her name is Mrs. Teresa Esiedu. Aye, inti say I will crash you on here, my dear. I'm say little because when I saw no na, I obedient. Yeah, is a cry. We thank you so much for joining us. We are so glad to have you today.
And I'm so happy to be here on your show today.
Hey, bro, for
very excited.
Yes, bro, for Kenya. I was here about us in training. Yeah, I will be near Koshiadia. Thank you once more. And as she said, she's so happy to join us today. Today we are going to learn a very interesting topic. I think you know already, but let me remind those who are just joining us. We are going to learn something about adolescent health. Adolescent, a lot of people have been misinterpreting the whole thing. It's like they misinterpret the whole thing. Some people are like, I'm an adolescent. Some people are like, I'm a youth. Some people are like, I'm this. Of course, you are having a lot of things running through your mind. You started checking your age, whether you are an adolescent, a youth, or you are an adult. You find out at the end of the program. That's why you have to invite your colleagues to join us as we learn along. You're welcome once more, Mrs.
Thank you very much.
To have you.
And I'm so glad to be on the show today.
Wow. Hey, you're at the slang in here. Yeah, woo. Oh, wow. So let's go. We are talking about adolescent health today.
Yes.
Yeah, and before we dive into it deeply, I want us to talk about when we say somebody is an adolescent. Be adolescent as anything.
Okay. Viewers, I'm so glad to be on the show today. And then I'll be mixing my tree with a little bit of English because
yeah, sure, you are allowed. Here we speak English, we speak
so you pardon me.
Hausa, everything.
You pardon me when I switch from one language to the other. So when we say an adolescent, adolescent here,
okay.
From the ages of 10 to 19. you are an adolescent.
Okay.
10 to 19, adolescent. Somebody will say a teenager. When we say a teenager is somebody who is in the teens. So, who age, 13, 14, and yeah, we are adolescent. Say, who are beneath teens now, we are adolescent, between the adolescent age. But the moment you go into teen, then you can upgrade yourself to a teenager.
Hey, bro, fool. What was it about teen? So that teen in there, you move into me money, so okay, so what's the difference between who is a youth? You can also be a youth, or be an adolescent, and or be a teenager. These three words, is there any difference between them?
Yes, there's a huge difference.
Okay.
Gap kesiepada emu. Say adolescent you'll be 10 to 19 now.
Okay.
And now youth obi of free ages of 19 and above.
All right.
Youth you'll be our ages of 19 to 24. But a sorry side a sorry side no more extended age ni kakra 34 or 35 at the my youth. But ye social studies youth will be over the ages of 19 to 24 youth. And adolescent 10 to 19. And a teenager, the moment you are in your teens, could see 19. You need 20.
Okay.
You can't be a teen.
You need 20. It maybe you are 20 years old. Please count yourself out.
You are not a teenager.
No more a teenager.
Yes, you are not.
They say when you so I say, yeah, bumping you for Ghana memoir.
Yeah.
Maybe you are 25 and you think, oh, I'm still a teenager. You are behaving like a teenager. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Oh. But check me, but you are no more a teenager. So, yeah, you get that one. Then we continue. Okay, so as you've explained, there's a difference between an adolescent, a teenager, a youth, and then an adolescent.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Different. Okay. So why adolescent health? Like, is it really necessary we focus on the adolescents and their health? Is it necessary?
It's very, very necessary.
Okay.
Somebody will say compulsory by force.
All right.
We have to know when we are in our adolescent stage. Because a lot of changes occur when we are at that stage. We've all been there before. I've been there, you've been there. We can't come to this age without going through adolescence.
All right.
And there's a lot of things we have to learn during that age.
Okay.
Yes, so it's very, very important. Some people don't get the opportunity for their parents to sit them down and then have conversations with them during their adolescent age. Because some parents are too busy trying to get money for the house, so they are expecting you, the kid, to study. But that is the age where they become very curious. At that age, most of us were so curious. So one man was doing anko akwalane hu kakra pe, then something else. Obenyi abedu name penny fie muno na. There's nothing you can do about the child. So adolescent health is very, very important. It's very important.
Any trust awofo aye ba awofo omodru ompepen so omo money bibiano. It's very necessary to pay attention to that stage of our children, because when you need to that stage, number one say, the attitudes be changing.
For sure.
What are some of the changes in adolescence? If the person gets to the early adult, is there something like early adolescent age, late adolescent age, or something?
I don't think there's something, because at adolescence everything is happening rapidly. Changes, a lot of changes are happening.
All right.
So yes, at the early stages, you see the changes little, but
let's say we are females. So females, let's use females as our case study.
Yes.
Sorry, the males will come to you. So, for example, we as females, if somebody is an adolescent coming up, what are some of the changes you start seeing about your child anytime he or she is entering into that stage?
Okay, I can't remember during my own adolescent stage when I was growing up.
Right.
I started realizing a change in my breast, like they started developing. So I started imagining, okay, so what brazier would I use? That's
Oh my
so because you see the changes.
Oh,
Yes.
I never knew those kind. Oh no. Anyway, for me, I was not having those. No. When it started coming out, I felt shy. I felt shy rather. Like when I'm doing something, I'm always shy. Like I'm being careful. I don't want anybody to. So hey, really, hey.
Yes.
Mommy,
You
then,
begin to fantasize
You really have
the kind of
really
outfits.
Funny things. Wow. Okay, please continue.
You begin to fantasize the kind of outfits you wear, that maybe you wear your brazier. You see, at that age, that's when your breast is developing. So even when you put on a brazier, you put some foams or handkerchiefs in it.
Oh my God! Have you done that before? Hey, really? Wow! So when you dress, you try to add up to your breast. So
Exactly. So that it will come out, so that you get the figure that you are hoping for in the future.
At that age, you don't know anything. Like
in this 21st century, we are in the 21st century, and things happen very fast.
Okay.
You see, a lot of the kids now are being introduced to smartphone. They use their phone for a lot of things that adults don't even know what to use their phones for.
Okay.
So if I'm a kid and then I have access to an iPhone, you can just imagine going online and then searching for things. So they go online, they see a lot of things. So you begin to, try to find out what is really there. I want to know what is there. Why is she having this body shape? Okay, so maybe she did this. Okay, since I don't have it, then let me improvise.
Hey. Hey, people really had funny things in their mind. Hey, okay, anyway, me your reflections, those things I was having in my mind, but right now, right now, those things are gone. Right now, yeah, so let's continue. You said the first funny one. I need more because, you are a nurse, you meet a lot of people, like those stages and all that.
Okay, so this is, as I said earlier, this is when the parents are supposed to involve more in the life of their kids, because from 10 to 19 years, we are using the female as an example. Okay, so this is when this child will menstruate.
Okay,
she's scared at the sight of blood in her underwear. What is this? If she's not brave enough to approach the mom to tell her, Mommy, this is what has happened to me, what is it? If we don't have this talk with her, what would she know? She'll go out, she'll go and ask a friend. And that is when a lot of things, peer friends, peer pressure, they will say a lot of things, and they might even introduce your child to something. Yes.
Never like your child to know. Oh, okay.
And then growth of pubic hairs and how to handle them, so that the child doesn't grow and then have smells. So this is a stage where you tell your child, this is okay, pubic hair, it will come, then you have to shave it. This is how to shave. This is what you should do. This is what you should apply on your skin, in your armpits, so that you don't smell. This is sweat. This is how to handle your body when you sweat, because when you are growing, sweat has a smell. And then when you don't take good care of it, it will get stuck on your body or something, and then you'll be with it forever. So this is a time whereby parents have to really sit their words down and then have that conversation with them.
But is it done? Like, you being a health worker, anytime you go out to speak to people, to speak to our mothers and all that, do you see it happening that people... I remember when I had my first menstruation, I was even shy to tell my auntie that there's something. So I remember that I went to use rubber.
Rubber for what?
No, like, I was like, okay, like when you use rubber to cover up a guma, then I'll just go and I'll just take it off and just tie it and just throw it away, I was having like, oh no, that is me. That was my first day, Nana. I felt shy to tell my mom that BBC Abba. I'm like, what is she going to say? And I think, what about in our schools? Most of the teachers, are they doing the right thing? Because this time, you don't get a teacher that will really teach you into details. These topics, we have them in our curriculums and all that, but they don't really pay attention to the deeper part of it. They're like, okay, adolescent, when you reach here, this age and this age, for exam's sake, they don't go into details.
So
What should we do?
that is when the parent has to, in my dialect, they say something that etababla afelcho, which means whatever, or I don't know how to put this right, but etababla. Yeah. Yes.
I know my interpreting.
So everything begins from the house, from the home. When I say a house, it's an understatement. It's a home. So when the word or when the mom is able to have that mother and daughter relationship, when you sit down and then you have this conversation with this child, and son of bedroom classroom, teacher and our fair knowledge. So she's prepared for whatever the teacher is going to say. So the teacher becomes a secondary implementer. You see, so if the mom doesn't have this mother-daughter chat, mother-daughter relationship with Nebana, how do you expect the teacher to do his work? He is doing it for the exam's sake, as you said rightly.
So don't pay attention to the detailed part of it and all that.
Your maths teacher doesn't care what you're using when you're menstruating.
No. Look at me. First day, I used rubber. I didn't know that you have to use pad. I didn't know that. Even the first day, my mom bought pad for me. When I took it out, she didn't like teach me when you take it
how to dispose of it.
No. Until me first day, me say but this thing I just folded it and I just put it somewhere. You most times when you go to public latrines, you realize that teenagers use their place and they move out of the place, and then you see those leftover, excuse me to say, parts and all that. You realize that it's like, what is the problem? Is it from home that our parents are not doing their part, or it's from school? Because I think the hours that our children will spend at home, mostly is at home. Look at this pandemic, this longer. So where is the problem? There's something wrong with this generation, like this adolescent season that we are in now. The children are doing things that when you see them doing it, then you are like, really? Who is teaching them? How are they able to get all this in their mind? What's the problem? What should we do? Like, where is the problem actually?
I think most importantly, when the mom is able to detect the actual problem from the house, it will make it simpler for the teacher to implement whatever it is that he is teaching or he or she is teaching in class. So I think the main focus or the primarily source is from the home. So if the mom is able to identify, help the child, talk her through, they do this, don't do that. Okoju class, teacher no ombre, teacher ni kakakra na yedeng. So I think primarily it's from the house.
But Mamines, do you think that is it that most of our parents are not exposed to what they are supposed to teach their children?
Yeah, that's I think is an issue because we are in the 21st century and our parents weren't born in this century. They were, somebody would say, chuchu blema, olden days, and then some of their archaic, excuse me to say. So I think that I won't blame them as much. If we have siblings in the house, older siblings in the house, they can also assist. Because if you have an older sister, she has been through the process and then she knows how it feels, what to do, what not to do. So if mommy is not around and daddy is not around, a big brother can help. In my own case, as I was growing, I met Mrs. Jennifer Dazi, and then she has been a very good source of strength, a good mentor to me, and then so the home, people that you have around you, closest relatives, they can help us through adolescence stage.
And then, Mamines, I think some people, they find it very difficult to speak to elderly people. You meet an adolescent or maybe a teenager and you see that the person is really going through something, but he or she has not entrusted anybody around her that they feel that when I tell the person is going to help me out, the person is going to be of an assistance to me. How should we do this?
Yes, some kids, depending on the temperament of the child. Okay. So if our parents knows the temperament of the kids, onim say me ba we on penny pamo ewera bebre. The biana watene, you have to really observe your child. Know your child very well. Okay. So that mwa bia wo ho biano ubetimi ediamano. But say focus on obano na ode aye ejuma sika, you get all that money, you get all that wealth, and then at the end of the day, who is going to benefit from it? You leave your child behind, and then na ochinabi onam krom kra na among even his peers, they make mockery of him. You are making a lot of money, but what's your money going to do? Emotionally, he has been tortured by his friends, saying his sweat smells. What will the money do for this child? Okay. And there are some stains that when they come on our body, it will take a lot of time.
Yeah. So that reminds me, Mamina, is there something like growing up, you hear people say that when I'm there is no way like the way the person's things can go, you know. Yeah, you see another person, and the person will be telling the child that, oh, what is our down for no sebi. I say, oh no, the end of the war. Is there something like that? That the war will be like.
I've never heard any midwife saying say what deliver baby with a smell. Say you can't say hunam kankan yedewa. You see, during the latter stage of labor, when somebody is really in pain, you can't tell the person, "Mami ko dari brand sana wa babel." No, you can't. So I think that is where they are taking that adage from. Say which means maybe your mom, because she was in labor, she was in pain, she couldn't take her bath before going to deliver you. That is it. It ends there. It doesn't affect the baby. Okay. So growing up, whatever the child develops, it's at a stage of as a result of the child not being able to walk through the process well.
So sorry for coming in again, but let me ask before. So it means that, as you said, it's not that when they give birth to a baby, the baby come with a smell.
There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. There's nothing.
What's our casa 70 there? Bibi Sanyo. One casa I was so young we do. So online. I was so young we do. Yeah. So as I was about to ask, what about Jari Abofra? What Abofra category ni Jari na? Na Jari mu senya nyamedi Jaru and all that. Can it leave you a sting in your body?
Asi nyama ben sa.
Jari Abofra. Most times we say akola ketua ye wona. Obi akola no. Time I say Jari ni ye. Obi o Jari no once a day. Once a day na Jari na no. Say edi eja bi kankan bi Abofra no. Nti sana Abofra ni nyina say honam kankan na no de enyi.
Dabi honam kankan no de enyi na say am fa wo no. Okay. Say if it's as a result of the baby not being bathed well during or after delivery, no, yet nipa kono dry baby ni enya enough time or the dry baby, and the mother, there's a first time mother too scared to handle a baby. Now when to me enjoy any baby ni no pepa ni hu na say saint be a ba kola ni hu as a result of the mother putting that sense of the baby, because when not enough time I'm focusing on the baby's health. Yeah. Because a diarrhea you drew. Just imagine. When diarrhea say where they are somewhere there, who do you warm you? A diarrhea you drew. A diarrhea you drew. You can just imagine. Pay diarrhea. I wonder how you sleep at night.
Oh. But do you know that we have people that could they could bath once and go to work. They come back home. They don't bath again and sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, but they sleep when I'm sleeping closer to they will sleep.
So how do you feel when you are sleeping closer to such a person?
You have to give social distance.
I see.
Or where social distance.
I see. That's
so
nice.
Your head will be here, he said, or her head will be here. You are still enjoying Health Cycle here on Match TV. If you just tune in, yeah, you are at the right place. Call a friend, tag a friend, share, so that anybody under your influence can get access to this video and also learn with us. We are not yet done. Don't say, wait, the entire ever ponty. Oh, share. Just share right now. You have a lot of teenagers as your friends. Maybe yourself, you're a teenager. You are in your adolescent age or stage. Just share right now. My classmates don't move here, no munshi and dear wishing be. When you are back into a wolf here, just share with an hour phone powder for mano. No soon tea be near the on farm bonny bra. And go baby out, yeah, to us. So you can send your comments, you can send your questions and everything, and then we'll answer you whilst we are all learning along. Yeah, so let's continue. Okay, Pacho, over to me.
Yeah.
So as you were saying, say abofana adware munu adware na nkoyia na sent biba, it means that can be treated.
Yes, it can be treated. It should be treated.
Drew baby and ebia abofana nyine drew 30 years. Now sabi utimi twem obi hu mamines. Utwem onipa no a anhwe ya obetwa hwe. Now such a thing no say obasa bibi say it was through that process. And nipa kunu nya asas think e won nipa dia. Can something be done for the person?
Yes, something should be done for the person. Because the person can't be living with this smell on the body as a result of my mom not bathing me well.
Okay.
So the mother herself, how do you feel with your baby? You
know, some mothers don't really pay attention to their children, as you said already. And I think that is really killing us, because if you have a child, all they think about is work. Morning, I leave home at 6 o'clock. I come back deep in the night. A female, she comes up back deep in the night. She doesn't have time for the children. It's like the children have been taken care of by the housemaid. So, I think that attitude, I was here in two folds. Yes, a year pass obey Juma, but growing up, especially the females, sometimes, mommy, of Emma be na you are like, no, papa, na sabi, the one can say. Ube come no ne bi owa ne mame a very busy person. Okwe adwuma na pa oba na dwo. Obeba wo so open school abeda. So we jari you wan jari o and fa na ho and all that. How do we solve this kind of problem? Because a hard dream because growing up you could meet a man, okay? The smell from your body can suck him away. Bema bi oho odo said then ebi oho on to me control ebi oho on to me control, but so when you need room pepper, so no say you have especially oba now who one can be or body. How will you treat this guy? Because
okay, so growing up, I'll be using myself as an example here.
Okay.
Growing up,
yeah,
my mom has this statement she normally passes when she gets to you, and then she sends a smell and then a bad odor on you. She just stop and say, in ever or sense then the moment she says that, she wouldn't even stop 1 minute, then she's gone. And then the eye should look at you with, you'll be like, hey, this woman, what is she trying to say? She's literally saying the smell or the odor that is coming from you is not something I'm okay with.
Yeah.
And then the moment she says it, then she's gone. So having your mom talk to you that way, how do you feel? Immediately. Otilon. Fast cry. Yes.
Wow.
She'll just tell you that you are in my room. Or sent no that be enkoye mommy. Then quickly you have to leave her room, go and take a bath. So my mom prepared a solution.
Okay.
It was just two things. She'll pick an empty shell container. You see at 21st century you use spray. Yeah. Spray shell not for na. Yeah, I tell you. So those days when we had the roll-on that we used to apply in our
The
armpit.
powerhouse and
Exactly.
yeah, menu of menu of. Hey,
She would take it. She would take it. Take the ball out.
Okay.
Pour water and add alum. Put the ball back. Shake it for you. So that is the shear you'll be using alongside your normal roll-on.
Okay.
So before you go and take your bath, when you wake up in the morning, before you sweep, you apply that. Then you move around, do your sweeping, washing. When you are done and then you are finished taking your bath, then you apply the shear.
Okay.
She wouldn't deny you the opportunity to use the shear.
All right.
But before you use the shear, you have to use the alum
First.
before you take your bath. And then after bathing, you use the shear. Okay. So that's something that helped some of us. Because pubic hair, it smells.
What about the males too?
Yes.
They can also use the same
use the same thing.
Okay.
There's just a little water and a little alum, then you apply. It takes out smells. So that is the local way of taking out odors.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the brushing of our teeth too, you use the back of a plantain. When you peel a plantain,
Okay.
you take it, or you use charcoal, then you scrub your teeth with it.
Hey, you've reminded me.
Yeah.
Hey, Mekai first day. When I went to school, my JHS times, I spent some time in the body house before coming back home. And then Mekai, me go school, but then my mother would go like, koto bidye bra. Bidye, me koto bidye bra, yeah. Hey, yeah, the bidye, chuchusia. Then you wait for some time, then you go and wash up. Oh my God, those mothers are no more there. Oh. Right now, they'll be sorry, full. Yeah, best student people. I think we should pay attention to because a bit more. What about this one? Sometimes, like when the person speaks to you, I say you feel a sting coming out. No. Anything na yes, I say a bomb, and I say like. What about that one too? That's another serious thing that most of the teenagers, especially, and then the adolescent age, are going through.
Yes, with that, you can just get hydrogen peroxide.
Hey, Pacho, hydrogen peroxide, Pacho, there.
Hydrogen, a solution it's sold in any pharmacy, drugstore. It's not expensive at all.
Okay.
It's less than 3 Ghana cedis, I would say.
Okay.
Just get hydrogen. After brushing your teeth, drop a little in water, then gargle. Just a normal gargle. Brush your teeth twice a day, in the morning and in the evening.
No, I don't need no. Twice a day. Sometimes a lot of people, now say anopa kra me pentema ko ejuma. Me sorry, am I later? I see you question. Shoo. Say less than a second. Meanwhile, you are an adolescent, and then I would say adolescent stage. A lot of them are dating,
Yes, they are.
You have a boyfriend. You get to your workplace. Maybe you might never know the day your boyfriend will come to your workplace. That's why you must be ready. Also, we know. Now boy now base.
Yes.
I'm just coming to say hi to you at work. Hey. Hello. That's all. Well, no, to me, that's now higher. Oh, that's a bad one. Please, let's listen to this advice.
Yes.
Please go.
Talking about the dating aspect, some of our adolescents are really into relationship, and this is it's not at all. Not at all. Abstinence is the best. Abstinence, I will repeat, abstinence. Flee, run away.
The Bible says, flee, run for your life. Run for your life.
It's the best.
Don't try. Because
at
you
all.
see a very young lady, young guy, and you're sometimes when you're walking at the roadside and then you see this small as a young girl and then a young lady and then a young guy, because nobody will tell you they are dating. The way they are walking and then doing their logology things at the roadside, that will tell you they are dating. And I just say, because
it's
growing
not.
up, I'm not sure my first phone I bought, I was 21 years. And I remember that day, my auntie told me that you are still in my house. Until you leave my house.
No free night calls.
Like, no phone. No. My auntie, after SS, my auntie was like, no phone. You can't plait your hair. Like, no phone. She still feels that you are still under a control.
Exactly.
So, but this generation, class 6, or he or she has a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you know what pains? Young stage like that, when they are dating, they use themselves as they are each other's role models. I spoke to one I wouldn't say they are partners. They are small, one girl and then one guy. And then after SHS oneness or CEO, we say role model. Who do you look up to? Nipa there was also be a Ebobra. Also my girlfriend, me say, who her girlfriend? Who's your girlfriend? When he mentioned the lady, said, a brother now girl, you boy, and you don't know your role model. She's like, we don't know, or no, say, don't me. At that stage, do you know love?
Then, literally, that young boy didn't understand what or who a role model is.
Hey, this adolescent in this generation, I think they need serious coaching from home.
Exactly.
But are we getting the time for them? That is it. No time.
So this is where we can bring aside the house. Immediately they leave the house and then they come into the society.
Okay.
Our traditional leaders in the society can take care of this child. Or they were bontia. Regardless, a pastor can see you and tell you akola dia oye jai.
But would they take it?
as to whether they would listen and then do the right thing. It's their choice.
Okay.
So if you don't listen and you do the right thing, in some years back you would remember that you were told when you were doing this, you were told it wasn't right, stop, and you didn't stop. So that is when that should be no better than counselor.
Had I known.
It's a philosophy of a fool.
Yeah. Had I known. So no. One thing is that that a lot of them don't know is that when you are young and you are being advised by an elderly person, sometimes you go like, oh, me them jammy.
Yeah, they think they are on top of the world.
They say you are in a current and all that. Hey, current. May God have mercy on us, because
Amen.
There are some choices that we have made back in our young times and we wish we could retrieve them, but age is something you can never retrieve.
Nah.
So growing up, whatever, when you meet another person or you are doing something and your neighbor, most times people are like, unyame mami, unyame papa. So when you speak to them, they don't want to listen. Mami na uko bu big pa na ne mami ebe fie we ka na So whatever you are doing, when you meet anybody, just thank your stars that somebody will tell you, sweetheart, what you are doing is wrong. It won't help you, because there's somebody out there. The person never had anybody to correct him or her, and then the person has gotten to a stage that you can't go back. If right now you are 25, there is no way you can be 21 again. There is no time to waste. Right now that you are at a stage that somebody can tell you something for you to listen, please open your ears to listen to good advice from elderly people. That one will help you. Yeah, so let's continue. So which support should we give to our teenagers now?
There are a lot of support.
Okay.
The media can support our teenagers.
Media, no.
Because you can tell this 21st century children, they're into music, creative act. They rely a lot on the media.
Okay.
The media either pollutes these kids or it brings them to the good side.
All right.
So the media can provide a lot of things we post on our social media handles,
our status and all that.
Maybe secretly the child is admiring me, but on my status I'm posting nude pictures, pictures of me in flashy outfits which I can't even afford. Maybe I borrowed from a friend, but this child doesn't know. So the moment of picking me sending role model, no, everything I do, wow, I want to be like her. So everything I do, the child tries to also imitate me.
Yeah.
So what we post on our social media, please, we should be mindful and very cautious of the things we post on our social media handles, because these kids are admiring us from afar, and then we might not even know until we get closer to the children.
Sure.
NGOs can pick it up on themselves, move from one organization or move from one place to the other, talking to these children, helping them to develop skills. At that age, they are curious. They want to know a lot. So when you help them develop, some of these children have talent. I tell you, some of these kids at that age, they have a lot of God-given talent that they want to bring out, but on here assistance. So NGOs can put it up on themselves, organize training for these kids in their neighborhood, go there, just organize some few kids, educate them. Churches, professional bodies, anyone at all.
Churches, how should we organize that?
You see, at church, we say a lot to these kids. We say a lot. As to whether they will pick or not, I have one in my house. I tell you, he comes to church. Literally, he doesn't miss church service. But when he comes home, I look at him and I say, wow, this is what you are doing. So if I should report to you, how would you feel? This guy has access to everything. But of the moment he steps out from church to the house, he's a different person. It's like he's living a dual lifestyle. So the church has, we can pick kids. We can assign. Today I'm being assigned to 5 kids. So at the end of the week, these 5 kids, I give them assignments. By the close of the week, each and everyone should report to me on, let's say, a book you've read. Tell me what the morals you've learned from this book. How can we apply this to our life? How do you think it would help us? You see, then whatever skills the children have, you help them. But when we meet them together, even when you are preaching to these kids, some of them are at the back, they are doing their own thing. Some of them are coming to church because of friends. At that age, only mshe. So when we leave them like that, we just allow them, sorry, you're preacher, chair, no. So akola wedio, you're good. Sometimes it's very surprising. The children we think are very good, and then we are like, oh, this child is good. I don't expect him to do this. The worst of things. When you get to find out things are akola, you be like, wow, akola we know to me. I say I least expected. Then it blows your mind. Yes. So the churches can do a lot. I tell you, can do a lot. Individually, we can also do a lot to help these kids during their adolescent time.
Individually, let's say I'm in a house that is a compound house that I have other people's kids around. How do I help them?
How do you help them? Let's say you're in the house, there are other kids around, their parents may not be around or are around, but you've observed that she's too busy, mommy is too busy to help the child during the homework time. As the child is doing his or her homework, let's say outside, then you sit there with them, observe while he or she is doing her homework. After, you can ask 1 or 2 questions. When we do that, we get closer to the kids. They even trust us more than their parents at times, and they can even open up to us more. So when we get closer to kids this way, okay, auntie, please, is your child around? Okay, when he or she is doing her homework, I would like to assist. Please permit me. I'm just assisting her do her homework. So I don't think it will be something wrong And I don't think the parents might even feel relieved because he or she may not have the time. But or not feel so bit me up one banana and homework. Oh, fine. Yes, exactly. But anytime you see the child outside, obey me a friend no. Through conversation, this child will open up and then tell you a lot of things, and then you'll be surprised.
So, what about politicians? Is there any way they can help these kids?
Yes, they can, because when you see those who are fighting for politicians today are the youth.
Yeah.
Adolescents involved. Hey. Because at that age, look at what happened at the secondary school the other time when they were about writing their exams.
That story, when I watched the video, I was really pissed off. I couldn't watch from beginning to end because I said, Makuma yina e boily. At time, can you, when you're about to come, when you're done with your last paper and you spoil even a duster, you buy times 3. Me, my former school, you buy. The headmaster is so serious that you are done with your papers, but you are scared to even take a move because he's very strict, and that has really helped us.
Yeah.
Because comparing those, so how these politicians, how can they do?
They can do a lot.
They have a higher number of adolescents following them.
They can do a lot, I tell you. Because the thing is, these kids are observing you politicians. They are admiring you.
Sure.
They want to be, somebody wants to be president. Let's call 5 kids and ask them, how many of you wants to be president? I wouldn't be surprised if 4 out of 5 say they want to be president.
4 out of 5. I'm sure that all of them will say they want to be president.
When we go out now and then we find a kid and we say, oh, can you sing John 3:16?
Hey.
Yes, you be surprised.
The kid will sing, dance all the dances, different styles that were exhibited in the video, and do all the styles for you.
I tell you,
yes, they know what they are doing and not. Not a teenager, a small girl, a small boy.
Yes.
How are they able to get all that? But when you ask them one poem in school, they can't remember. But they could remember Nanado. Hey, I remember last 4 years that song. Hey, you see a small girl.
Yes.
Hey, I'm like, really?
They understand party colors. So, when you give them number 4, they will tell you 4 more for Nana. Yes.
Hey, me, I don't even know it's 4 more for Nana.
Yes. So wow. they know everything that is going on. So politics. One funny thing is these politicians, those days they were classmates.
Yeah.
We only see them on television, hear them on radio arguing each other. But my dear sister, don't be surprised. You see them at lunch, eating and drinking and having fun.
Oh, thank God I have a partner that believes the same thing. Sometimes when I'm online and then I'm going through videos and then I'm following social media stuff and you see them fighting, insulting each other, doing an interview at a radio station, TV station, all that. I just sit back and then watch them. Sometimes I get pissed, so I just change the channel. Because, they'll do all that. When they are done, they'll go back to the behind the scenes and then have lunch, give cheers. They'll go like, yeah, Jimmy, yeah, my Jimmy, They are just, excuse my language, they're just fooling us. Because you are a teenager, you are following them, you fight for them. Sometimes you go to JHS, even as low as JHS level, you'll be fighting. And but when you ask them, say, last time, what was the last social studies topic that you studied?
Okay.
They will tell you, say, teacher now my class. That's what most of them will tell you.
Okay.
And I think we are not safe.
No, at all. Because if the politicians use because they have the biggest platform in Ghana, politicians everywhere, not just in Ghana. They have
worldwide.
Whenever a politician is ready to talk, all ears, everybody is ready to listen to. Asema Obabekano. Omo mbefa papa ne frame befa. Omo mbeda ne statement na akwa
fellow Ghanaians. A teenager knows say they can say fellow Ghanaians pe na che say obi beka. That day our homework a onye.
Yes.
O bribia onye. fellow Ghanaians.
Or trying fellow Ghanaians.
On TV.
As at was it last 2 weeks or last week when Nana came to say that school will be resuming in the all the kids they were ready to listen.
Oh, my hand this one I was in a room, they didn't know I was around. So my landlady's children they were discussing, hey, yes, we resume school January. Then they ended that topic. Then they started discussing UTV, my enemy. My enemy, oh. They started talking about my enemy, the kids where you say, hey, any we see me a shot, so 1 month and baby, the man started from any like the kids, so the eldest is like 14. Now the oldest who bears a 12, and I cut on bears and 9 years to 10. Hey, these three small girls.
That is very serious.
They are able to guess the time that telenovela will end, and then the time the new one. They say laugh to death, so they may come in share that. They say these kids. So I was in a room. I opened up my lower place and I was just looking at them. I said, "Hey, you know all this?"
Yes.
So are we safe? Because
we are safe. We are safe because everything starts from the home. Parents are allowing their children to watch this. My mom goes to the market, she comes back so stressed out. She needs something to release tension before she goes to bed. So she's watching it. Akola no COVID aba, but if you're on your shade, instead of the child studying, mommy has not been in the house since morning to know what the child has been doing. And you mean that mommy abana mommy person releases stress kakra no. Akola no so eti hobi ehwe TV ni bi. After all, your baby is go school in January. So this is a teenager. This is somebody you have to nurture for the future. Whatever affects the child this time will affect the child in the future
for the rest of his or her life. Because whatever, there are some things that you can't
reverse. No.
So the moment you get them now, the moment you are not able to catch up with them now, there'll be a time that because why like you
become pompous, especially when you're being exposed to the social vices, alcoholism, smoking, taking of contraceptives at an early stage whilst your parents are not aware. Yes, they're like, after all, I know what is going on, so what the hell.
So what about traditional leaders? Can they also do something?
They can do a lot. Traditional leaders can... Look, everybody has the power in their hands to do a lot. That is, if only they will allow themselves to use the opportunity they have. The last time, I think last week or during this week, there was homo war.
Yeah.
So the Ghana leaders could have done something with homo war, educating our kids. They've been in the house for a very long time. Some of them have forgotten how to spell their names. They've forgotten how to do a lot of things.
ABC.
What did we do? What did we do? We only had fun, celebrated the festival with the kids, and that's it. It's over and done. Wait, sit home. January will be here soon. You go to school. That's
January, it's a long... They're going to stay home for... I can't say free... Because of the pandemic, I would say almost half of a year.
More than, I would say.
Almost 8 months. So, what about adolescent? What really causes most of adolescents now? You would hear that like, what happens to them?
Aswording. Not just aswording. Obi wo hoye tu no for one fa. Ebi ni se maybe obeye boss okashia akola no am because was true when to me mother name to me identify problem no at an early stage. In the timer, who say, let me try bringing my child back on track. Now, I too late. Too bad now you say, did you know that in 2016 the highest RTAs was as a result of adolescent death? When I say RTA, road traffic accidents, 70% of road traffic accidents was as a result of adolescent death. Instead of mothers to be keeping their kids in the house, this COVID era, when we were coming, you could see kids hawking.
Yeah.
Some of them on motorbikes.
Some people they like they are average earners. Okay, it's not that they are so poor that if their children don't sell throughout the week, sometimes you see some of the kids, you realize that the kid is really stressed out. The kid is tired. But I don't know
on my way here, 2 children came to beg me for 1 Ghana cedi to buy food.
Oh,
it's bad. COVID interest say yemma no enko ton wade ewo roadside. You are not
they don't
there.
No. Oh, sorry, no banana or the insu and abribia so above frebe chinsa or tonnes and co or ton, but obefie no abre. Into where the book man cry.
Obeda.
Which means
Obeda is book no. Obeda.
It's so unfortunate. So what really causes adolescent suicide? You see a small girl, a small boy. This year I'm moving to Legon, K University, University. So we become a very young person.
Yeah.
21, 19, 22. That's what committed suicide.
Yes.
Like, and Ghana will be committed suicide. You shouldn't pay attention. You know, see investigation here. Oh,
adolescent suicide. This is me at the age of 13. I have a boyfriend. I know what relationship is. I'm dating. I'm going out.
Right.
Then my boyfriend will come and say, "It's over. I found somebody new." What do you think? Akola Osa, broken heart. Osa, Onimshe.
Broken heart and but what will make you? Or dobe now the dobe man. You also with Jawa. What question? Is he the only man?
Onim at that age, no Osa. Onim.
Obey we and so who I want to be some. Who could draw someone? Now, who's our boy? Is I with you?
You know, this is say. Then is here. I can say Jesus mean broken.
And how now call say them straight. With your own cash train, what's in a paradise? With your straight on cash like on Busau Shibio straight. I say, Madam, I can't two. Who shall they in as now? So what is that like? Suicide is a serious thing.
Yeah, suicide is very serious, and some of them, no, not all, for STIs,
okay,
HIV, because of lack of guidance. This lack of guidance is all from the house. But the thing is, you can't follow your ward wherever he's going or wherever she's going.
Because maybe you could. But the only thing is, I think the training is very necessary. Because, you know, when you train your child, Bible says, well, train the child in a way that if he or she grows, he will never depart from it. So when you train your child well, I'm not sure, let's say when we were in our teens, 13, 14, when you pay attention to, when you're listening to news and all that, you wouldn't hear serious crimes being committed by young ones and all that. Okay, I was not hearing those kind of things, but it is this dispensation that you hear people saying that a young person was stabbing him. Also, someone can just take a knife and just stab somebody. A young girl, a new boy, see what giant or fun and is there a psychological
The last time
problem?
I had one, it was over an iPhone. The boy bought an iPhone for the lady, okay, and then the lady came back and said mini wage. So the guy went to pour acid
on the lady.
Yeah, I think that happened in
days. They normally come to schools to educate the young ones about what they should do, the guys, the ladies, what they should do and all that. But when they come, they will come and tell you breast, no boss a breast. Or be born a different way.
That is wrong. You should use the words.
Just say it as it is.
Say this is this and that is that. When you do
they
this,
know already.
Go straight forward. Hit the nail, hit the hammer on top of the nail, however it's being said. Let them know. Say, oh yeah, this is the outcome, and this is the consequences you face.
Most nurses, they are even shy. When they come, they'll say normal massage. They'll be saying like, massage.
No, it's not right.
Okay.
It's not right.
It must be as it is.
Just as it is. A woman came to one facility to was pregnant. Yes.
When it's like this, put
it on. You use your hand. You said when it's like this. You didn't mention anything. You said when it's like this.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, it was put on like this, the hand, the
My,
thumb.
oh my.
So they came and then the one I told you when it's like this, put it on. Yes, I did that. So what? How come? You asked me to do, so I did what you asked me to do. The mom was like, okay, what really happened? You said when it's like this, so I put it on my thumb like this. So
My God, hey,
this kid, but not real, or this can't day because a friend is doing it. At that stage, when to me, I'm on it, I'm Sheno, I'm a name Jack Honan kitten. No, dear, that should be at the office. Come on, she hiano, but none in Sano, Ekekano, or way our wafa. What do you think is going to be the end of that child in the future? Oh, could you, baby?
Wow, it's been an amazing time with our momminess. Yeah,
I don't even know what it is they are getting themselves into.
Okay.
So the moment that happens,
Yeah.
say, "Akolana, you're bold enough. I'm being name mommy and mommy. This is what has happened to me. Obekwa bonting because ne friend wo ho. Then do it like this because it happened to somebody. The person said she did this, so you also do it. At the end of the day, you are going to lose your child. You're going to lose your grandchild as well.
Yeah.
Not to need natural, yes.
Yes, will be any abbreviation here. Ebia, Sabo Fana for the rest of your life won't be you. Took or two naturally now one show ya, your mother will lose the child and your family member like Nipa here. Yes, Nipa and running number, Nipa.
Yeah, Nipa.
Yeah. So wow, thank you so much for staying with us.
Age. They need to be seated down, like how we've had this conversation today.
Yeah.
Talk to your words. Encourage them.
Okay.
They will open up to you. Some of them are too scared because of the way we talk to them. Some of them are too scared because we are too focused on ye juma, ye sika, and the sika, ochina sika. Now when you are sika na wo oshre oba, who is going to benefit? Who is going to enjoy the money? Everything you've told for. They need to be prepared in this stage because this is what is going to prepare them for the future. Whatever they come out with in the future, ejina their adolescent stage. Whatever it is, ebe obe eye ewo ochina no ejina ende nisi isia. They say a blow inevitably yours is earlier received than lately recollected.
Yeah.
But in this blow, you can't go and recollect it in the future because in the future it will be too late.
Yeah.
So I think our parents.
One here, some of the culture. So, mammy, sit down, yeah, yenji bread, a juma ye, bibia, and he only has a benyeska. By in all, no sika unyen nasa, uma essaya, na ukoya, na, and by Jitum pass or be no becaso, or no, or by New Year's or by person name, or by Shassan in Mamba say. Then yenji bread, and especially the adolescent stage, and you don't hear because that is a stage. If your child will be a good person or a better person in future, it depends on stage, you know. The adolescent stage makes or unmakes the child. So please, let's have some time for our children. So, Mamines, what are your final words to our viewers? And then who will be our person Chiana? Then you say shout out to them, then we are out of your way.
To the viewers, I will say thank you for having me today. Thank you for spending your time with me today, listening to everything I have to say today. And God richly bless you. We encourage you guys to follow us every time.
Wow.
And then we have a lot to give you. This is just the beginning. We aren't finished yet. There's a lot more being prepared in the pipeline. I'd like to say some shout outs to my family, my husband.
Yes, that side.
My husband, Mr. Evans Kofi Esiedu of Ghana Police Service at Tebubu Divisional Headquarters. My parents, Mr. and Mrs. Dazi, Mr. and Mrs. Agushi. Blessed enough, I have two parents. So
I wish I had two parents too, anyway.
My friends and my family who spent time to watch us today, I'm very, very grateful. Keep it luck. We shall be giving you more right here on Match TV. Thank you.
Thank you. In fact, my guest has done all like everything for me. Thank you so much for your time. We thank you so much, Mrs., for passing through. We are always privileged to have you. Today is our first time, but you know what? I'm really loaded. Just say, adolescent, no. As a matter of but me and Casa met him one bit. I say, yes, I adolescent. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for watching. And then I will encourage you that you follow Match TV on all our social media handles. On Facebook, here is Match TV. On YouTube, Match TV GH. On Instagram, Match TV. Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere is Match TV GH. Thank you for your time. In case you miss any of our episodes, just log in there and then download. Shout out to my family too. Today is my father's birthday. Daddy, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sir.
Remember, I love you so much. I'll call you when. Don't worry, obey there. So I'll call you at the end of the show. I'd want to say that I really appreciate all that you've done. Today that you are celebrating your birthday, I want the whole world to know that you mean a lot to me and I love you so much. And me do cake in a bar, cake in a car,
yeah, 5:30
So right now, in case you couldn't make it to church in the morning, PRWC Ablekuma is having our second service right now from 5:30 to 7:30,
which is exclusive for adolescents.
Yeah, this one is for adolescents.
Exclusively.
Exclusive for the adolescent stage. So if you are with routine in one team for no second service no PRWC Ablekuma. Wherever you are in Accra, if you want to locate Ablekuma PRWC, just pick a car to La Paz. From La Paz, you pick a car to Ablekuma. Tell them you are light at Ablekuma Junction. You see our signboard, like it's very high huge. Over there, very huge, very big, broadly written, boldly written on the PRWC Ablekuma. Just follow the signboard and then you come and meet us there. Right now, I'm going to chat right now, so join me as we worship together. My name is Amefa, and keep on liking, keep on sharing, keep on inviting friends to the page. Until we meet in our next episode, it's a bye. Just take good care of yourself and remember, everybody loves you. Your boyfriend loves you. Yes, I know. Your husband loves you. But the greatest love is from God. So Jesus loves you. Yeah. He loves you so much. So don't give up on yourself. Just rush to PRWC Ablekuma now and let's worship together. Until we meet.